Hi everyone, my name is Joseph and I'm going to show you how to create this typing effect using JavaScript. But before we go into code, let me first give you a general explanation of how everything is going to be happening in code. Within JavaScript, we have an array that contains words. I've put here HTML in the first position. In the second position, I've put there CSS, and in the third position I've put there JavaScript. You can use any words, but me, I've used HTML, CSS and JavaScript because they are somehow shorter and they clearly show the languages that we are using to implement this functionality. Then we have an element where these characters from these words are going to be fed. Within JavaScript, we have a recursive function that runs. Whenever the recursive function runs, a character from the array is displayed. For example, when the recursive function runs the first time, H will be displayed. Then we shall have a small delay, and then T will be displayed. Then M will be displayed still after a small delay. This will be followed by L still after a small delay. So this will form the word HTML. At the last character within each item of the array, we have a large delay so that the user can clearly read the word. So from there, before shifting to the second, the element is first cleared, and then the second position characters are displayed. C will be displayed, a small delay. S will be displayed, a small delay. Then S will be displayed, forming CSS. After CSS, in the second position, we shall have a big delay that will enable the user to read the word CSS or any other words that you would have put here. So we shift to the second index or third item in the array or third position of the array. HTML, it is at index 0, CSS is at index 1, and JavaScript is at index 2. This is the first position, second position, and third position. So we are here. When we come to the third position, J will be displayed, a small delay. A will be displayed, a small delay. V will be displayed, and so on up to the last closing bracket. When we reach the last closing bracket, we shall have a big delay, and then H will be displayed again so that the words are displayed over and over again. This recursive function runs. It does not have a base case that will cause it to end. It will run forever. Basically, that's how it's going to be running. So let's get into code and see how we are going to be reading a character by character from each of the index, and how we are creating the delays, and how are we making the long delay from one index to another index. So this is the program. We have here an element which has ID, type text, and this is where the characters are being fed. JavaScript starts from here, and in JavaScript we have the first function that helps us get elements by ID. Then we have an array of the words that are going to be typed. From there, there is an array declared that's going to store the splitted characters from the words. This is called splitted. It stores the splitted characters from each of these items of the array. So splitted array is a multi-dimension array that will be containing an array of every word. Then here we have a function call that's calling the recursive function. The recursive function is defined just here. It takes in I and J. These are going to be indexes of arrays. So within the function call, we are starting at the first index of the first array. Then the inner array, still we are starting at index 0. Then we have typing speed, which is defined in seconds. The typing speed is maybe let me first launch this in the browser and we see the typing speed. When I refresh this, you see when typing there was some delay. That is the typing speed. Then we have a delay. A delay is after typing hypertext markup language. Before typing the next word, there is a delay, and that's what is given, 3 seconds. But I'll reduce this to 1 second, and then I'll reduce the typing speed to be 0.1 second, so that it's a little bit faster than how it was. So when I refresh now, you see that hypertext markup language will be a little bit faster. We shall have a delay of 1 second, then cascading will be displayed, a delay of 1 second, and then JavaScript will be displayed. It repeats again and again. So here we have an if statement where we check if the end of the word is not reached. If it's not reached, we have to increment j. J is for the index of the inner array. Then here we feed in text into the other element, but after checking if j is not equal to 0. If j is equal to 0, it means if j is equal to 0, it means we are just starting a new word, so there is no need of appending. So that's how the content is lost. This enables the content to be removed. But if j is not equal to 0, like if it's 1 or 2 or 4, we shall have to append on. We shall get the content within the element and add on another character, then increment j, convert the typing speed to seconds, because down there typing speed is being used in a timeout function that uses delay, and it must be in milliseconds. We have another else if statement that checks if I is equal to splitted length minus 1 and j is equal to splitted dot length minus 1. We are trying to check if we have reached the end of the multi-dimension array. If we have reached the end of the multi-dimension array, what we shall do is set I to 0 and j to 0, so that the words are displayed over and over again, but with a delay. The delay we defined there, we also convert it to milliseconds by multiplying it by 1000. So we have 1 here times 1000, which will remain 1000. So that's like equivalent of 1 second. We have the last else. The last else here just increments to take to another item of the array, and within that item, when we are going to the next item, we shall be setting the index of the inner array to 0, so that we start by displaying the first character. But when it's 0, the character is displayed without appending on. So inside there we shall also have a delay. Then we have a timeout function that calls typing function and passing the delay with I and j. Lastly, we have this other div outside with inner CSS just to give the element some styling. That's all. Thanks for watching.